All right, we are back with another pick'em video, and today we're going to talk about my favorite plays for the NBA. Today, obviously, haven't uploaded in a while. Whenever that happens, for a few days if you don't see me, or for a little bit longer. In this case, I'm always still playing in the Discord, active and things like that. I'll show you some stats of how we started January, which has been pretty awesome. But yeah, just keep that in mind anytime you want to join the community. I do like to do daily videos like I normally do, but sometimes, obviously, the holidays came into play, and then some other stuff that just wasn't allowing me to upload as consistently. But just keep in mind that there is a community where I'm always talking plays with a whole bunch of different people and sharing our ideas, and we've been killing it in January. But should expect daily videos. Again, I'm gonna actually try to do night videos too. So one in the morning, one at night. The night videos would just be me talking about kind of guys and teams to look for going off opponent ranks. That's how I used to only bet. I used to look at opponent ranks. Obviously, I'd look at the last few games. This is before I had my tools. Really dove into it. I'd look, for about an hour a day before I even started YouTube, specifically on matchups. And I do think that's one of the best ways to play, especially NBA, but a lot of different sports. And yeah, I kind of want to point out, like, hey, these are guys with really good matchups. These are teams with really good matchups. Kind of get you guys, right before bed, something thinking about, hey, who do I want to look at? Obviously, I'll point out injury stuff and like that. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. I'll probably mess around with that for the first time tonight and kind of see how it goes. And of course, still have the normal videos where I go over some of my favorite plays in the morning. So that's what we're gonna be doing. If you're new around here, again, good time to hop on board with us. We've been killing it in January, but also I'm gonna be uploading again. Comment down below, let me know. Leave the video a like, subscribe, all those different things. Might see me a little bit rusty. I haven't spoken in front of the camera in a while. One of the other reasons, my left ear has been not hearing, and that's very annoying when you're talking a whole bunch in front of a camera and hearing yourself differently in your head. It's something to get used to, so that's another kind of issue I've been dealing with. But no sob stories here. Let's get into some plays, and let's just jump into the board. All right, so first of all, jumping into the desktop screen here, I want to tell you I'm not talking out of my two cheeks. We've been killing it in January, up 45.5 units. Some people do that in an entire year that are YouTubers. Obviously, this isn't something that's going to stay consistent, I don't think. But we did have crazy February and a crazy March. I'm talking like 140 units in March last year. So this is a time where, yes, they're talking about injuries and obviously injuries, but more talking about trades and things like that, like Jimmy Butler, guys kind of messing with the rotations. But some other teams are really locked into the rotations. They're in the mid-season form. Some guys, are they laxing off? Are they really getting into form? I don't know. You can go back and forth on that. But January, February, March has been really good for me, especially someone that really follows the NBA and kind of, think about all these injury implications, all these, trade rumors and things like that, and how that might affect people's play. I'm not saying I'm like a genius here, but just historically, January, February, March has been really good to us, and we've seen that to start this new year. So obviously, this is how I bet. I do these big money parlays. On PrizePicks, I typically only go for 5 and 6 mans. Sometimes I'll do subsequent 2 mans within those 5 mans. I'm not going to go too far into that, but I'm always going for the value plays. The best value plays on PrizePicks are 5 and 6 mans. So you're going to see days that, typically I lose more days than I win, but the big win days are going to outweigh that. 19 units, 16.8 units, and then 19 units again. That was also how we ended December. So really good track record as we've been going on here. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been able to make videos, but all the history and the stuff that you guys see me do in these videos, my thought process goes into making each and every one of these plays that I submit in the Discord. So we have been killing it. Love to see that. And again, anytime you want to jump on board with us, link in the description down below. Tells you how to join through the DubClub. And yeah, always think about that. Plenty of different ways to get in for free anytime using my codes. All right, so going into the PrizePicks board here, actually start talking about some plays. We're going to start off with LaMelo Ball here at 26.5 points. Now, I have to tell you, I didn't play this on PrizePicks. I have been playing PrizePicks a little bit less and less and less. I still play on PrizePicks every single day. I'll send out a slip, at least one, but there's just better value on other platforms. I know the UI of PrizePicks is nice and easy to look at. I actually like some of the other ones better. I think the searching features are a little bit better and things like that. But PrizePicks has dunk lines. They have some fun lines that other places don't have. And again, just looks pretty. It's easy to look at and all these different things. But I have been playing PrizePicks a little bit less and less and less. I have to just be transparent with you guys. I will always put PrizePicks in the title of these videos because I still am doing player props. And you can find all these player props on PrizePicks, but there just might be better value elsewhere. That's where I'm always like, hey guys, check out Underdog, check out Dabble, check out Betr. When there's different value at different places, that's what I'm always going to be pointing out to you guys, and that's where I played these different plays. So LaMelo Ball, you can just go to the Sportsbook page over on OddsJam, one of the partners of the channel. Everyone has this at 26.5. Anyone that has this at 25.5 is very, very heavily favored on the over. And Dabble sitting at 26.0, and they're a fixed payout system. So these guys I kind of all look at the same. PrizePicks, Underdog, Betr, and Dabble. Dabble and Underdog pay 6x for 3-mans, which I love. I think 3-mans is a sweet spot in sports betting. It's not a little 2-man, but it's also not like a 4 or 5-man. 3-mans are nice, 6x payouts over a 5x payout on PrizePicks. I'm going to do that any time of the week, especially when Dabble has a little bit better value pretty much all the time. So let's take a look at LaMelo Ball. Again, I took this at 26.0 on Dabble, and he's got a really good matchup. So I'm going to go over 25.5 because that's all we need for us to at least get the push. He's been over this in 70% of games. Now, he did just miss a few games with injury, missed from the 26th to the 5th, came back against the Cavaliers and dropped 24. So really didn't miss a beat. He shot a bunch of his threes like he usually does, 11 threes. And now he gets Phoenix on a back-to-back who give up a ton of points to point guards. They give up a ton of threes to point guards, I think like 27th ranked for threes allowed. So they're going to be locked and loaded for a guy like LaMelo Ball to come light them up. And we've seen point guards light them up a few different times. And now the fact that they're on a back-to-back, really, really good recipe here for a guy like LaMelo who isn't finally coming back from an absence. Now he's got already a game under his belt to get locked and loaded and ready to go. So really, really liking LaMelo in this situation. He's also at home where he shoots the ball a little bit better, 67% of games at home versus 70. So nothing too crazy there. But also they are underdogs by 4 or more points. Whenever they're underdogs, whenever they're in a close game, LaMelo just starts jacking up those threes. Phoenix gives up a ton of threes, and any situation that they're down, if they've lost by 1+ points, LaMelo's 71%, 75%, 73%. He's going to try to shoot them back into the game, and he just might today because the Suns have really been struggling. So really, really like LaMelo. We already talked about the market value here. Dabble's the only one, the fixed payout systems, that has this at 26. We're going to take that every day of the week. And again, our 3-man's going to pay 6x rather than a 3-man on PrizePicks. That's going to pay us 5x. You guys can ultimately decide if you want to do that. Again, I love PrizePicks. They're a sponsor of the channel. I also play on them every single day. I really, really love their dunk lines, their first half lines, all those different things, but there is a little bit better value elsewhere. Sorry for that tangent or rant, but that's what it is. So LaMelo Ball, you can play it at 26.5. I played it at 26.0 on Dabble. And then, of course, if you want to check out Dabble, use code RICHDFS when signing up. You're going to get a free month of my Discord. You're going to get $25 when you sign up just for nothing. You just sign up, $25 loaded into your account, and you get access to all of these really good plays. Again, Bilal Coulibaly under 4.5 assists, -177, -162, -145. There's no reason this should be on a fixed payout system, but Dabble is a little bit newer. They're not as smart or quick as PrizePicks, taking off their good plays. So you can get a ton of really, really good market value plays. This is what I'm always looking at. I never go in blindly on these things. I have a multifaceted approach in terms of hit rate, matchups, injury news, all these different things that go into making my plays. But this is definitely a really good spot to start. And yeah, Dabble's been awesome. Again, RichDFS is the code. Sign up and let me know in the comments down below, or reach out in the free part of the Discord, and so I can get you that free month. But Dabble's been awesome. Here's a few wins that we've had: a little 3-man, a couple 5-mans that are 20x, by the way, which has been awesome. And yeah, these are just from the last few days. So definitely check out Dabble, and let's go into the second play of today. All right, so moving along to the next play here, it's going to be the exact same situation as LaMelo Ball. I'm going to Kevin Durant, 25.5 points over on PrizePicks. It's available at 24.5 over on Dabble. You can see all these books, some of them at 26.5. Anyone that's at 24.5, heavily favoring that over, and a couple books at 25.5 like PrizePicks and ESPN Bet. So again, you can take this on PrizePicks if you want. I wouldn't, just because there's better market value out there very easily for you guys to get if you just want to sign up. But yeah, it's always up to you guys. I think both these guys will probably crush their lines today, to be totally honest. But in the situation where it is a 1-point difference or something like that, I would, it wouldn't be right for me not to tell you guys, hey, I played this on Dabble, even though I'm showing it over on PrizePicks. And that's not always the case. Sometimes we have very, very good plays over on PrizePicks. It just happens to be today. Dabble has the value. That's the plays that I like, and I want to show you guys that. That doesn't mean I won't be playing PrizePicks today. Again, in the Discord, I'll be playing slips and all these different apps. So it's always advantageous to be able to, shop around the different lines, whatever has the value. But we're gonna take a look at Kevin Durant, 24.5 points, because that is where I played it. He's over in 67% of these games. Love to see that. He's also over in 5 of the last 6 games, just missed it in a game he started off really slow against Philadelphia. But now we get to Charlotte. This is a back-to-back situation. We'll throw that out being a bad thing right off the bat, because it's not a bad thing. He's actually over in 3 straight games this season, or not straight games, but the 3 back-to-backs this season he's played. He's crushed over in all these. He's had 30 points in all of those back-to-back situations, so that is awesome to see. The Suns are relatively healthy. Royce O'Neal is the only guy out today, but again, this is looking really good. Not only does he play well in back-to-backs, it's Kevin Durant, 24.5 just seems too low anyway. And now he's got the Charlotte Hornets, who, they got LaMelo Ball in terms of offensive stuff, but they don't have very good defense to power forwards, specifically 24th in terms of points allowed. We do love to see that. So he hasn't played him this year, but Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant. I could very well expect 25 plus points from him today, and that is all we need over on Dabble. But again, you're hoping for 26 on something like PrizePicks. So I wanted to point out Kevin Durant, really, really good value on some markets right now. And unfortunately, I do think that is going to do it for this video. I only gave out 2 plays. I typically give out 3, 4, 5 plays sometimes for you guys, but something I'm really focusing on this year is not forcing anything just to do it on YouTube, especially. I don't do that. I've never done that. Anytime I play a play on YouTube, it's because I really, really like that play. If I'm adding a couple other plays or one play that I'm like, I don't love this one, but I want to point out that these things are looking really, really good. That's what I'll always say. So I'm very transparent. I will tell you guys, what it is that I'm liking. And for instance, for LaMelo and KD, pretty much checking all the boxes for me. Great matchups, great market value over on Dabble specifically. They got injury implications, back-to-back situations. We looked into all of that different stuff. And I think both these guys are in really, really good spots to play well today. But the nature of the game is they're not always going to line up that way. PrizePicks isn't always going to have a ton of market value that I'm loving. And that's just what it is. I'm not going to force anything for you guys, so I apologize for only giving 2 plays. Is that kind of what I'm getting at here? I will say this is the exact Dabble slip that I submitted. KD over 24.5 points. I actually had the points and assists for LaMelo. I just realized that. Points and assists kind of go hand in hand for me. I could see LaMelo literally scoring 34 points today against Phoenix. And then also Lauri Markkanen, I took his under 34 points, assists, and rebounds. A bunch of guys have been ruled out. John Collins, Clarkson. I don't love that as much for Lauri's under. And Lauri Markkanen might honestly end up not playing at all. But even with all those guys injured, he just hasn't been good this year. 89% of games he's stayed under this mark. Obviously with John Collins and Clarkson out of the rotation, and the fact he's going up against Atlanta, those are not good things in terms of the under for 34.5. This was a video pick I wanted to talk about in the video, but something I ended up being like, with all these injuries coming in and all this different information, it's not something I'm as confident in, but do want to point out that that is the slip that I sent out for Dabble. I'm going to be doing more plays on Underdog, on PrizePicks, on Sleeper, on Betr, all these different markets, but I do want to leave you guys with the Dabble market. So as of right now, these are the best plays in terms of market value on Dabble. Some of them are NFL, some of them are Kevin Durant, 30.5. Maybe go to that. After his points, it's 24.5, maybe even a little better to add the rebounds. And then for PrizePicks, obviously this is a PrizePicks video. Some plays, some esports and things like that. If you're interested in any of the tools, like the Sportsbook tool I was using right here on OddsJam, or the DG Fantasy tool, the link's in the description down below. There's some sort of perk for using my link or my code when signing up for those. So I always appreciate when you guys do these, but obviously these tools speak for themselves. Outlier is freaking awesome. DG Fantasy is freaking awesome for market value. For PrizePicks, I do want to point out that I typically put in minimum data points of 2. I don't want to be going off one book, but if there's 2 books that are kind of in the same situation, like Draymond Green on his under, I kind of like that. 29, 27.7 on BetMGM, but the fantasy score is up at 30. So something to keep in mind for. I'll just kind of scroll here as we kind of end this video. But yeah, don't go blindly off this, but if you see something that you're liking and it makes sense, definitely a good situation to go off of market value. These billion-dollar companies for some of these places, they know what they're talking about. They got a lot of different research and research tools and smart people working for them. So they know what they're talking about. When they set their line a certain thing, they are usually pretty sharp about it, especially when everyone's at a certain thing and there's one book that's off. So that will do it for this one. Again, ending with LaMelo Ball and Kevin Durant. We did that over on Dabble. Use any of my codes. You get a free month of my Discord. You guys can talk to me anytime in there. I'm always active in there. And again, as we come back and doing these videos, we're just going to continue to grow in there And I'm really, really focusing on building a community where you can go in, just talk to like-minded people, bounce ideas off each other. I really haven't showed the Discord at all, but this is where I post all my plays. But obviously, people can chat in the Rich chat. You can share your own slips. If you really like a play, but you don't have a parlay piece for it yet, you can be like, hey, here's a part. You can add this to your parlay play of the day. And then we have some seasoned chefs in here that have been doing it for a while. I really appreciate everyone in here. And again, it's just a whole bunch of fun. You can talk sports with people all day, and you'll usually have someone replying, giving their ideas as well. So that will do it for me. LaMelo Ball, KD, you are our guys for today. If you want if you want more picks, again, sign up through DubClub. Plenty of different ways to get in for free, and just join our community. Sorry for all the plugs, but that's what funds this channel and keeps me going. So good games today. I'm excited for the Celtics and the Nuggets. I think the Celtics are going to win that game, especially coming off a loss against the Thunder, who look insane. Also, Thunder versus Cavs tomorrow should be a really fun one. But yeah, just enjoy sports while you're betting on them. Don't go too crazy. We're not, this is something that we can probably make money consistently at the week-to-week or month-to-month basis, more likely. When you follow my plays and when you do it, smartly, correctly. And but don't throw the bank on it. You don't want to be stressed about these bets. This is for entertainment. At the end of the day, that's what I always say. Some people are out here trying to make millions of dollars doing this, and that's totally fine. I just don't want the stress in my life, and sharing this with you guys pays the bills for me. So appreciate everyone watching. Leave a video, like, comment something down below, subscribe if you are new, and I'm back.